There's a lot going around the YouTube sphere right now about Seance booster boxes and booster box cases being potentially mappable. I'm going to give you 2 solutions to mitigating this risk so you can enjoy MetaZoo's latest Halloween set. Okay, so first of all, the idea that Seance booster boxes and booster box cases are mappable is coming from around the YouTube sphere from a lot of different videos. I've been piecing together different bits of information, and I'm not quite sure that this is 100% confirmed. So as always on YouTube, do your own critical thinking, do your own homework and analysis in conjunction with other people's opinions and perspectives. But what I'm gathering is either you can open up a booster box and then you open up that first pack, and if it's a reverse holo, that means that all of the packs are going to have a reverse holo. You're not going to get any kind of good mix of full holos and reverse holos. But I'm also hearing about this mapping by case. And what I think this means is that you can open up one box and say it's reverse holo heavy. Then the rest of those boxes are also going to be reverse holo heavy and vice versa. So not only could you get a bad booster box, but you could also potentially get a bad entire booster box case. Whatever is going on, I have 2 strategies that I think can help you enjoy Seance while mitigating this risk if it is true. So the first thing is do not buy booster packs. Okay, so if someone can open up a booster box and they know there's going to be a ton of reverse holos, they might open up, the first pack or the first 3 packs, get a feel for the box, and then sell out the rest of the packs. That's something you want to avoid. Don't just buy packs. If you want to get a pack, the safest thing you can do is buy blister packs. That way they can't be mapped. Or you can get some sealed product that's cheaper than a booster box, like a spell book or a sealed release event deck. Don't just buy loose packs that were broken down from a booster box. My number 2 suggestion is to buy from a reputable MetaZoo seller. So this would include a MetaZoo partner, a big, well-known and reputable card store, or a local mom and pop shop who have a brick and mortar store whom you actually know and can trust. There is a reason that MetaZoo partners exist, and no, despite some popular opinion, it is not to ensure high-ranking official seats in MetaZoo's New World Order. MetaZoo partners have a vested interest in the success of their business through MetaZoo products, following their rules, being first in line to get MetaZoo products, and building trust with MetaZoo consumers. I do not believe that MetaZoo partners are really going to be willing to break that trust just to earn a few extra bucks by figuring out which boxes have the full holos and which ones have the reverse holos so that they can break down the reverse holo ones to sell and then open up all the full holo ones to sell the full holos. I think that the singles pricing in MetaZoo really doesn't lead to much motivation to doing that, even if there were a bad apple who wanted to do something like that. I think the same is true for big box stores. So big name companies who are well known and trusted in the hobby, like Star City Games, Card Kingdom. I just don't feel like they're going to put an employee in the back and say, open up this case, here's the process on how to map it, and then figure out which sealed products to sell and which ones to break down into singles. These places do business on such a big scale. They're selling so many different kinds of products in such large quantity. How much money are they really going to make by breaking down a case to get all the full holos to sell as singles, and then figuring out which ones have reverse holos and selling those off on their online shop? There's just too much other work to be done, too many other products to sell, a lot of different things going on. And I just don't think it's going to be worth it, even if that clumping thing really is an issue. Honestly, I think they're taking these boxes, these cases, putting them in the back, and when something sells, they're going back and fetching one, and they're not figuring out what's what. Now, small mom and pop shops, local game stores who are brick and mortar, I also don't think they're going to be really motivated to do that. They wouldn't want to do that. First of all, it's the wrong thing to do. I don't think someone who opens up a brick and mortar store is putting that much risk and money into it to do things the wrong way. I think they truly have a passion for it and they want to do it right. Number 2, that risk of breaking trust is just simply not going to be worth it. If someone found out about that, there's way too much risk with opening up a game store. Reputation matters a lot. You have your Facebook groups for that store and the local community, and word spreads. I just don't think that they would want to take that risk, even if they did have some kind of motivation or desire to do that. Again, let's talk about MetaZoo singles here for a minute. It's not that much more expensive a lot of times to get the full holo over the reverse holo. It takes a lot of time and effort to break down boxes, figure out what's what, and then prices are down across the board so much anyways. How much is someone really going to be making to do that? Finally, avoid going to some random seller on TCG Player or eBay. You can't confirm what their brick and mortar store is. If they have a brick and mortar store, you don't know who they are. They're just a username. Even if they have 100% feedback, there is, I think, more risk to that if you have someone who's just, in their office or in their basement and they've got all their product just stacked up against the wall. Now, maybe they are taking time to break down some of these things and find those margins. That's where I feel like the greatest risk is. When it's time for me to buy my Seance booster boxes, I'm probably just going to go to a site like Star City Games or Cardinal Gaming or a MetaZoo partner or some kind of store who I know has a brick and mortar location, who has a good reputation, and I'll buy my 2 or 3 boxes from them. Maybe I'll buy 2 boxes from them and 2 boxes from a different store in case they're pulling them from the same case. I'm going to open up my boxes and I'm going to buy what I assume will be some cheap singles to finish out my binder set when that time comes. Don't get bogged down by all the negativity around Seance right now. Go out, enjoy the set, enjoy your MetaZoo Halloween. Help you get in the spirit. Make sure you check out my top 5 scariest MetaZoo cards over here. And if you want to hear something really, really terrifying, YouTube gathered your viewing data and decided that you would like this video right here.